Okay, this here is MonkeyDKaiba, here with my friend EdwardNewgateLevay, and he's going to show us his elemental hero deck. So, go ahead.
First of all, the monsters, you play 1 Stratos, same builds, everything. Always wanted to play a second effect, but very rarely got to. Play 3 Neos Alias, 4-star Light, 1900, Gemini. You never use its effect, ever. It's more of a bubble beat variant, but I only played 2 bubble men because I think 3 is far too cluttery. But 2's just enough. There's been times where I think, oh, 3 became handy, but I believe more times than not, 2's good enough. I've always wanted to do a second effect where I get to draw 2 cards, but haven't got that yet. I'm playing as a tech choice 2 Wild Heart because I think his unaffected by trap effect is fantastic. You can normal summon it, trigger torrential, everything except him is destroyed. Also he gets around D prisons, he gets around a lot of things. So yeah. And he's also a mass change target, which I might show you. Heat. He can get very powerful very fast, but I mean, he's there for testing. He hasn't done anything right at the minute, but he's also not done anything wrong, so I'm still testing him out at the minute. There's a proxied Photon Thrasher. I still haven't got my hands on this yet. It's very hard to get for a rare, but he's 2100. He's a warrior. He can special summon when you have no monsters. It doesn't matter how many your opponent has, as long as you have none. He can come out and he can start off your Blade Armor Ninja combos, but he can't attack if you have another monster, so you have to be wary of that. Just the 1 Thunder King, because I think that's enough, because the no searching ability sort of hurts you a wee bit, but not as much if you play around it. Obviously you can tribute, negate inherited special summon. There's 3 ecos for the spell start. That's good search. Since I run more than just Alias and Stratos, 3 is good. Search for all the heroes. 1 Rhoda. Rhoda, I only really search for Photon Thrasher. Obviously I can use it to search for any elemental hero that's a warrior, but mostly just Thrasher. Up next, for more search, there's 3 Dualities. Obviously you have to be wary of its special summon bad point, but you need it when you run a low monster count to search. Up next, there's 3 Miracle Fusion. Obviously we all know what that does. That's the broken card. You can special summon Shining when this removes them, so Shining's attack goes up and up and up. Next up, my personal choice is 2 Mass Change. I've seen most Mass Change decks that only play 1, but I think 2 is good because most people expect you to play 1, so they won't expect ever 1. And I think because it's a quick play, you can activate it in the battle phase, so you can really pop off some amazing combos. Next up, I played just the 2 Gemini Spark. I've seen people play only 3 Alias and 3 Gemini Spark, but I think that's overkill. I think that's far too conditional. 4 Geminis, 3 Sparks I think's okay, but 3 too, definitely. 1 Super Poly. I think Super Poly isn't good enough to be at 2 in the main deck, but definitely good enough at 1. It can backfire if you go against something like Dark Worlds, but I still think the Element Surprise for it being in the main deck is really good. For that reason, I run 2 MST, because for the Element Surprise, if your opponent sets back row, you can get round it with the MSTs too. Heavy Storm, that's obviously a staple, along with Monster Reborn and Dark Hole. Starting off with the traps, we've got the Solemn Brigade. You need to negate your opponent's summons, so the heroes can go wild at your opponent's attack, or your opponent's life points. For protection, I've got 3D Prisons. I really hate this card going against it, but it has to be used. Remove and play 1 monster that's attacking. Obviously remove and play is a lot harder to get back than Graveyard. Torrential Tribute at 2, probably the only thing that was done right with the Forbidden List, I think. Blow up the field when a monster's summoned. Very good. If I've got something like Shining in the field, or Vapor, or Wild Hearts, I can really benefit from that. 1 Hero Blast, just the 1, because Alias will get removed most of the time by either attacking in the D prison or get Miracle Fuse, so I think just 1 Hero Blast. 1 Starlight Road is a fantastic little card. I used to always think it was only for Heavy Storm, but with Torrential Tribute, even against Judgment Dragons, against Torrential Tribute, I said Dark Holes, Mirror Force, I got a very good card, even if you don't have a Stardust. On to the extra deck, we've got 1 Utopia. Utopia is still good, still negate the attacks for twice. Next up, we've got Blade Armor Ninja. Blade Armor Ninja is a fantastic card. 2 warrior, level 4 exceeds, ditch 1 exceed, target itself and attack twice. Obviously there's no TK with this, I'll show you it after. Stardust Dragon, that's Stone Starter Light Road, or you never know, could get lucky and Monster Reborn a level 4 tuner, but don't see why I would. Next up we've got the Super Poly bunch. We've got Gaia for Earths, Absolute 0-2, because I've got 2 Bubble Men. Nova Master, he's live at all times because I run Heat, but obviously you Super Poly as them means to get him out. 2 Shining, not 3. I've very rarely been in a position where I thought 3 was good, so 2. Obviously Heroes, 15 extra decks, quite a tight squeeze. Great Tornado, never ever ever use him, ever. Always something better could summon with Stratos and something else, but yeah, he's there just in case. On the Masked Heroes, we've got Goku. Goku's never been used because his effect is pretty darn terrible, if I'm honest. It should be a lot better, but just in case Heat runs into Dimensional Prison or even Nova Master, you need to have Mass Change to summon out him. The 2 Waters, which I think are really good. People complained that Water was getting another Masked Hero, but I think those 2 are amazing. They're completely different opposites of the spectrum. Acid destroys back row, and Vapor is unaffected, or it can't be destroyed by effect, so if Torrential's activated, just make sure, or even Mirror Force. And then lastly, I think someone's really overpowered in terms of stats. Diane, he's a searcher, I can special summon when he destroys a monster for battle. Obviously he's the Wild Heart Mass Changer. On to my side deck, I run a second Ryo, because you know, just against the mirror match or even against something like Gadgets. I run 2 Barbaros because I've got Skill Drain on my side deck, so I need to pop them in. The 3rd Gemini Spark, 2 Smashing Ground, 1-for-1 cards against the Dino Rabbit, which is dominating. 2nd Super Poly, you know, just in case I'm not going against Dark World or Insectors. 2nd Hero Blast, just in case. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, some Insector hate right here, or Dark World hate, but it doesn't really hurt them as much. 2 Rivalry, because they're all warriors obviously, apart from the Thunder King Ryo, so that hurts a lot of decks going against. And not 2, but 3 Skill Drain, because this card hurts people and hurts people hard, so I think 3 Skill Drain is ideal.
So it's good in the sense that you can use your side deck to completely change the deck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'll show you a little OTK that's shown off. Basically, you summon Stratos and you search for a Bubble Man. Add it to your hand. Usually you'll have a lot of back row or anything in this deck, so you can set all that caper. Set it face down. And then usually you would have a Monster Reborn. Let me search for it here. Monster Reborn, you would also set it face down. What you do is, now you've got no cards in your hand, you special summon Bubble Man, you overlay for the Blade Armor Ninja, you activate its effect, ditch Stratos, so it can attack twice. Then the card you set down earlier was Monster Reborn. Summon back out Stratos, you can activate Stratos' effect yet again. Do the exact same thing again, Bubble Man. Oh, look at that, got no cards in your hand. Special summon it to the field. Overlay yet again for your 2nd Blade Armor Ninja. Activate its effect. Doesn't really matter who you ditch this time. Stratos or Bubble Man, depending if you have a Miracle Fusion you want to use. There you go. There's a 8800 points of damage. Obviously it's dependent. And if you have Miracle Fusion, you can go for more damage, you can go crazy. So the deck does have OTKs. It is a very, very fun deck to play.
Yeah. Or also, I assume, you know, if you don't have Monster Reborn, you might have an E-Call to bring in another Bubble Man.
Yeah. E-Call, Rhoda, stuff like that really works. I don't think 3's good, or 3's really good though. Obviously there's been times where I could summon 3 Blade Armor Ninjas. I've had 3 Bubble Men, but I think that's overkill. You never be in a position where you need that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Any other advice you want to give?
Be careful with this deck. Don't go nuts unless you know you can deal the damage, because if you get hit in the counter attack, because like I said, if you've played these and you've set your whole back row, you'll have no hand. So if you run the Amira Force and then next turn the heavy, you're going to have a hard time coming back from that. So only go for the kill if you're pretty darn sure you can.
Other people might want to run another Starlight. Is there anything else that you don't run but other people might? Give advice on?
Well, nobody really runs Mass Change, to be honest, but Skill Drain's their main deck. You've obviously seen the people in the YCS, they've done very, very well with heroes. When your Dark Element of Hero Fusion comes out, I think heroes will get even more powerful, so I think Tour Guides will start getting run after that. Maybe a Chaos hero build will come out after that, but you just have to wait and see.
Well, I also just realised that Skill Drain wouldn't stop Ryo's second effect.
Nope, it wouldn't stop Ryo. And obviously negating its searching effect is a good thing for you as well. So it's a lot of expandability in this deck, lots of different variants that you can do.
Yeah, and in the future only holds more for heroes. So
oh yeah,
very lucky.
Masked heroes.
Alright, well thank you again.